Hello, my name is Matthew Quilliam and I'd like to thank you for watching that video. That was a ukulele cover of Igor Stravinsky's Le Sacre de Printempts, or The Rite of Spring. This project has been an ongoing one, and I originally set out to do a 4-ukulele version of it back when the first lockdown happened in around April-May kind of time. However, since then we've had to reduce the number of players to 2 for various reasons, but I still think the arrangement works really well on just 2 ukuleles. And I'd like to give a massive thank you to Jon Rattenbury, who was the other ukulelist that you just watched. Jon is a musician based in the south of England, in Hove, near Brighton, and he's an absolutely phenomenal musician. He plays not only just the ukulele, but guitar and even Baroque lute and medieval lute as well. He's a really interesting lutist, and so he's very versatile, and he teaches all of these instruments as well. You can find out more about his website and his teaching using the link that's appearing on screen now, and I'll put a link in the description as well. On his website you can actually find various recordings that he's done, such as music for the lute that I was just talking about. He also does some jazz guitar stuff as well, and some classical music, and he does lots of duets and things. So it's really worth checking out, you won't be disappointed. So the piece that we actually just played, The Rite of Spring, is actually the music that accompanies a ballet by the Ballet Russes that was premiered in 1913, the third of a trio of ballets that Stravinsky wrote for them. Now, the narrative of this piece explores a group of ancient tribes, and in one of them a young virgin has to dance herself to death as a sacrifice to the god of spring. The music is therefore very clashy and percussive to try and emulate the kind of music that the ancient people would have used in such horrific rituals. However, that's not really what's going on, and instead Stravinsky is actually using really quite high IQ ideas and techniques in Western harmony to create his score, such as polytonality, where you play in 2 keys at once. When you play in 2 keys at once, either key on its own loses its importance, and you have great clashes, especially because the 2 keys he used is E flat and F flat, which are right next to each other. So not only do the minor seconds clash and create a really nasty sound, but also the polytonality anyway creates a clash between the 2 keys because they're both fighting to be the dominant key. The piece also has changing time signatures almost every other bar, something that would have never been heard of before in music prior. And for these many reasons, as well as lots of other musical things that Stravinsky brings to the table in this piece is widely considered to be the most influential, if not one of the most influential, of the 20th century, and lots of composers like John Williams and Leonard Bernstein, they all were really influenced by this music. It opens up so much more and goes beyond conventional chord progressions. This piece was so ahead of its time that it created a riot when it premiered in May in 1913. Of course, the challenge with putting a piece on such a grand scale, 100 musicians, and condensing it down to just a handful of ukuleles, that was a real challenge, and actually writing the arrangement took just as much time as it did to actually practice and record it. If I was to do this again, I think I would give it to a larger ukulele ensemble, perhaps maybe 4 or 6 musicians, with some greater variety of ukes, some baritones, some sopranos, maybe a banjolele or 2, just because the original piece has so many musicians that you get such a different and wide variety of musical flavours, or timbres. You've got lots of different instruments that contribute to the overall sound, and I think that might best be captured on a slightly larger ensemble. However, I still think I brought the large scale of this piece down to an appropriate level for the duet that Jon and I just played. But I'm interested to hear what you thought. If you're familiar with this piece, how well do you think I adapted this piece for 2 ukuleles? And if you're not familiar with it, then just let me know what you thought of it anyway. It'd be interesting to hear some thoughts from some people who've never heard this piece before as well. Just a reminder to go and check out Jon's accounts, more links in the description as well. And you can find more out about me by visiting www.matthewquilliam.co.uk. Not quite sure what my next project like this will be, if I do one. I'm thinking another large orchestral piece, or maybe an extended jazz piece. You'll have to subscribe to this channel to find out. Well, I think I'll leave it there. I've waffled on for perhaps a little too long now, so I'll leave it there. But thank you so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far to the end of the video. I really appreciate all the support and any comments that you may have. I also really hope that 2021 turns out to be a much better year for you than 2020 did, and so a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. Take care now. Bye.